Welcome back. Super Wildcard Weekend is officially underway with plenty of eyes on one of the oldest rivalries in the NFL, Green Bay and Chicago. These NFC North rivals are meeting up in the playoffs for just the third time ever. We cannot show these highlights due to broadcast rules, but this one is coming down to the wire just minutes ago. Chicago scored a touchdown and tacked on the two-point try, cutting their deficit to just 3 points late in the fourth quarter. Last check, Green Bay missed a field goal, and Chicago has moved the ball into Packers territory with 2 minutes remaining. Green Bay up 27-24. Now, the playoffs would not be possible without the regular season and the hard work that came from the 17-game slate, with the league putting a spotlight on some of the best in the NFL, including a pair of NFC players with Iowa ties. Eagles DB Cooper DeJean made the cut as the slot cornerback. The former OABCIG Falcons only in his second season after being drafted in 2024. He already has a Super Bowl ring, and now he's made it to the Pro Bowl and the NFL's first-team All-Pro on 93 tackles, 16 pass defenses, and forced 3 turnovers. But DeJean wasn't the only Hawkeye to make All-Pro honors. Cedar Falls native Jack Campbell made his first team in his third season with the Lions. The linebacker also made the Pro Bowl this season on 176 tackles, 5 sacks, and punched the ball out 3 times. Congrats to both of those guys. Now, back in Siouxland, the Musketeers aim to cap off the weekend in the win column following last night's overtime loss against Chicago, hosting the Steel for a Saturday showdown. It's Hawaii night for the Musketeers, decked out in the Hawaiian-themed uniforms. Plus, our guy Trev's Chirps in town. He's dropping the puck. Let's play hockey. It's a tie, 1-1 midway through the first. Muskies on the break. Lenny Geiger gets tied up by Cole Tamaro. Pair exchange some words and hands, guessing a bit more than aloha from the former Musketeer. He heads to the penalty box for holding. Sioux City on the power play. One-timer off the buzz post. Max Anderson, his second goal in the last 3 games, puts the home team in front 2-1. Same score later in the frame. Trey Jeffries finds Dallas View his 12th goal of the season. Steel come all the way back to tie the game at 4-4. No goals in overtime. Shootout time. 1-1 shootout. Luke Gary sends him home with the goals. Surfs up for the Musketeers, defeating Chicago 5-4. The Nebraska Huskers men's basketball team enters the night as one of the 6 Division I teams left with an undefeated record, putting their perfect mark on the line at Indiana. Big Red also boasting a number 10 ranking, the program's highest mark since 1966. Huskers entering January with the program's best conference start in the Big Ten era. Tied up at 20 apiece in the first half, Jamarcus Lawrence lets it fly from three-point land. Connects the highway with career with 27 points. Hoosiers holding on to the lead after the break. Tucker DeVries delivers the 3. Nebraska native with 17 points in this one. 45-32 Indiana advantage. Big Red trims the deficit to 7 just a few minutes later. Huskers on the run. Price Sandport hits from deep, part of a 13-0 Nebraska run. Hoosiers call timeout, and that makes it a 4-point game. Huskers staying true to the heroics. Braden Frager up and in. Nebraska starts conference play 5-0 for the first time since 1965, defeating Indiana 83-77. Now over in Ames, Oklahoma State takes on the number 3 Cyclones. Cyclones still are undefeated. Missed shot here from the Cowboys, recovered by ISU and finished off by the night's top scorer, Joshua Jefferson, on the dunk. That's 19 from him on the day. A little later, defense looking to pull away. Ball gets knocked away and picked up by the Cyclones again, and Killian Torrey finds a fast break, and he's going to slam it down. Iowa State adds on to that undefeated record with another win, beating OSU 83-71. In Vermilion, Isaac Bruns and the Coyotes in search of their first Summit League win of the season. Midway point for the first. Silas Binion lofts it up to Cameron Fins, and he throws it down. There's the hammer. Leads up by 2. 3 seconds to go in the half. Pioneers inbound pass stolen by Binion. He passes ahead to the Bruns, and Dakota Valley product beats the buzzer to knot the score at 37. Bruns notched 20 points at USD, downs Denver 82-72. The Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls was home to many exciting high school basketball matchups in this year's edition of the Border Battle. Starting off the action with a pair of local boys basketball teams as Dakota Valley took on Western Christian. Wolfpack hope to continue the winning ways, trying to extend their win streak to 9 games. DV has won 2 of their last 3. The Wolfpack came out of the half with a hefty lead. DV battles back with a Luke Enema triple. from the left wing to cut the deficit down. It was only minutes before Western Christian started to heat it up. Preston Looters connects with Toby Van Regenmorter beyond the arc, 4-3 ball and 10-point Wolfpack lead. He'd have 22 points on the day. Wolfpack would win this one 76-56. Now more from the border battle. Girls basketball, Sioux Center 58, Dakota Valley 42. Marion Franken leads the Warriors with 25 points and 11 rebounds. Boys basketball, Sioux Center 52, T Area 54. Storm Lake, you got 59. Sioux Falls Christian took the win though with 70 points. Check out our full list of local scores on SiouxlandProud.com. That will do it for sports, and we'll see you after the break.
9 Sports.
What's poppin', Siouxland? Happy Sunday. Welcome to sports. As NFL wildcard weekend continues, I'll take you courtside for some college basketball action. Starting in Iowa City as the number 19 Hawkeyes host number 16 Illinois. Both teams looking for a win. Number 13 Hawkeyes looking to get back in the win column. Early on, Bennett Sturt's pick and pop to Alvaro Figueres. 3-ball is good. Iowa down 8-5. Minutes later, Iowa falling behind. Tavion Banks gets the steal there. Races to the other's end. Passes it to Isaiah Howard. He scores. Iowa down 21-7, but Iowa's not able to catch up. They fall 75-69. Reporter David Warrington has more.
Iowa knew they had a big challenge hosting number 16 Illinois, and for the second game in a row, the Hawkeyes put themselves in the hole early, giving up a 20-5 scoring run early in the first half. The Hawkeyes battled back, but it was too little, too late.
You know, we lost and we got, we dug a hole. So maybe Minnesota was like, hey, you just didn't totally come ready. Awesome way to show it that you can come back, but not today. You got to come ready. Not today. You had to come ready. So I didn't feel great about today. Still love the team. Love the fact that fans are coming out and there is a buzz and there is an energy, and we're going to keep that buzz and energy, and we're going to keep fighting.
I don't know why we're getting down so much. We got to change something because something's not working, and it's been a couple games where we haven't started out with a lot of energy. So it's definitely going to need to change, and we're going to need to do it for full 40.
We just got to pull out games like that at home. I know we want it. We want it for the fans, for us, for the team, and it's going to be a tough road ahead, but we're ready for it.
Well, the Hawkeyes did come back and have a chance to win the game late in the second half. Iowa coach Ben McCollum is not at all satisfied with just coming close against a very good team. He said point blank that he wants to win, and he feels that they very much could have won this game. They'll continue to work and try to improve as they move towards the rest of their Big Ten schedule.
Other action, Creighton's women's team hosted the number 1 Huskies of UConn. Early first quarter, UConn inbounds ball, but defense is tight. Blue Jays on the recovery, gets it over to Grace Buffelli, and she drop it in on the drive-by. Move to the fourth quarter, Blue Jays too far behind. Ava Zedeker shines some light on the day. The guard finished with 23 points and 2 assists. Huskies stay undefeated though, tearing through Creighton 95-54. Starting in Indiana as the Hoosiers hosted the Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes boasting an unbeaten record in Big Ten play. Hoosiers looking to be the one. Not a good start. Shea Chesky mid-range beats the buzzer. Hoosiers go up 16 at the half. Hawkeyes wake up. Hannah Stuckel rebounds her own miss. Puts back is good though. It's a 19-2 run. Iowa leads by 1. Late fourth quarter, down 2. Shazadi Wright, huge 3. Iowa back up 1. Then Ava Hayden finds Stuckel down low to seal it. Iowa stays unbeaten in the Big Ten play and win 56-53 over Indiana. To round off our Sunday basketball slate is the number 25 Huskers host number 4 Bruins of UCLA. Huskers getting the board there with 3. Ensuing possession, defense locks down Britt Prince on the steal, finds Eliza Maupin, who cashes in that one for a 1-point lead. Later, Huskers on another takeaway. Jessica Petrie snags it and helps it down court, eventually landing in the hands of Amaya Hargrove, who would drop it in. But UCLA pulled away, scoring at least 20 in each of the final 3 quarters to beat Nebraska 83-61. Now off the court and onto the gridiron for the NFL's Wild Card weekend. The NFC divisional round is set after a few wild card matchups today. In the NFC, all games ended within only a score. You see, the Seahawks obviously make the second round, get the bye week. The Rams, first off, played the Panthers. Again, that one went down to the wire within a score. Rams take the win, 34-31. They play the Bears, the number 2 seeded Bears. Again, down to the wire, they beat the Packers 31-27. And playing the Seahawks, is my 49ers. They somehow did it. They're all banged up. We did it. They moved on after beating the Eagles 23-19. The reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles, by the way. But into the AFC. Picture is still not complete yet, as there is still one game to be finished. However, earlier we saw the Bills upset the Jaguars in a thriller of a fourth quarter that tied league history with 4 different lead changes in that final quarter. Bills move on, winning 27-24. But who they play in the second round depends on who wins this one. That one just wrapped up. Chargers in Foxborough to face the number 2 Patriots, and it's the Pats with the win, 16-3, largest score margin of the weekend so far. This means the Bills face Denver in the second round, and New England will host the winner of tomorrow night's game between the Texans and Steelers. Don't forget, you can catch that one right here on ABC and ESPN.